Decided to uninvite my mother from my wedding after an intense fight, officially estranged from her. Oop, 33 NB, does not have a great relationship with their mother. Parents are divorced. Father is remarried to a great stepmom. Mother was married to her second husband, Mark, for about 9 years before their divorce. There were petty reasons behind the mother's 2 divorces, having to do with money. Oop set up boundaries with their mother, asking her not to complain about her love life and boyfriends. Oop gets ready to be married to their partner, 35M, after being together for 10 years. They prefer a small backyard wedding and reception/barbecue for up to 40 guests only. Dad, stepmom, Mark, former stepdad, and his wife are invited. Mother is also invited, asked Oop if she could have her boyfriend as her +1. Oop said no, as they do not know the boyfriend very well. Oop asked if they were TA for not letting their mother have her boyfriend as a +1. After getting the verdict from Ida, and listening to their fiancé and sister and reading comments from Redditors on original post, Oop decides to allow their mother's boyfriend to come with some ground rules. Oop's mother accepted the rules they set up for her and her boyfriend. Oop explained their mother is a gold digger, an alcoholic, and slept with their brother's best friend when they were 21. The mother complained that if both of her ex-husbands gave her what she wanted, they would still be together. She got a DUI years ago when crashing into another car while being drunk, having 3 bottles of wines per day. Brother did not forgive the mother for sleeping with his best friend who he knew since preschool. Her current boyfriend, not the best friend, is only 10 years younger than she is. She believes that it's okay to sleep with younger men. After reading comments and receiving advice, Oop decides that they are not going to deal with their mother anymore. They thought if having the mother in their life would keep peace with the extended family members. Decided to follow younger brother's advice and only speak with their mother at family functions and nothing else. Oop decides to distance themselves from their mother due to her awful background. Did not get along since Oop was 16 after the mother and stepdad's divorce. Tired of fighting with their mother, decided to reduce their contacts for now, but the reason why not cutting contacts right away was because of the mother's side of the family who Oop is closer to keep the peace. Oop asked for advice on how to be cordial and see their mother at their family events, but not talk or hang out. Oop and fiancé are getting ready to be married. Set on having a dry wedding for 2 major reasons, their mother and their fiancé's brother who dealt with alcohol problems. Mother tends to make a scene when drunk. Fiancé's brother can't stop binge drinking and got alcohol poisoning more than once. Can't stop until he passed out or someone takes his drinks away. Oop has family members who are recovering alcoholics. Only they and their fiancé will have alcohol when they go on their honeymoon. Oop's uncle is very grateful that they are considering about his recovery, which he takes very seriously, and he has been sober for 7 years and counting. Oop's mother finds out about the dry wedding and had their phone calls. The mother is upset that Oop has made the final decisions and she said the wedding will be very boring. Oop stands firm with their final decisions. Oop and their mother gets in an argument over phone on why she can't have a drink to pass the time. Denied that it was her fault for the car accident and her divorces from Oop's father and stepdad. Mother is upset on why her children are distancing themselves from her. She got angry at Oop for not letting her be involved with the wedding planning and dress shopping. Oop decided to reach out to their father and uncle, mother's brother, for advice. All 3 agreed on an intervention. For the mother, uncle thinks his sister's drinking is bad again. Decided to uninvite their mother to the wedding because she wasn't being civil with Oop's wedding and drinking rules. Feels like reaching the final straw with their mother on this. Oop gives thanks to the Redditors for support. Shared a small update on their mother. Grandparents and uncles, mother's side, decided it was time to have an intervention for Oop's mother. If she doesn't accept help, she won't be invited to the future family events and no longer a part of the family if her drinking continues. Oop's sister is the only one who has a relationship with their mother. Sister said if mother doesn't get help, she is going to cut contacts too for her own mental health. Oop's father informed them that he has the local biker gang as security at the wedding. Oop has no problem with that because security can be pricey, and the biker gang is doing Oop's father a favor. Oop focuses on finalizing the wedding plans. Sees their stepmom as the real mom who has been there for them. Oop got in a fight with their mother the prior day. Officially estranged now because of their mother's drinking and behavior problems. Came to uninvite her from the wedding as the final decision to have some relief. Update 1. Oop finds themselves back sooner than expected to share more updates on their mother. Police were called on her for domestic violence. Threw wine bottles at her current boyfriend who locked himself in the bathroom. The place was destroyed during the mother's temper tantrums. Got sent to psychiatric ward and been there since then. Sister is the mother's primary contact after she got admitted to the hospital. Finds that she was likely to have alcohol-related dementia and a psychotic disorder. Mother is going through alcohol detox in order to receive treatments. No one in the family wants to visit at the hospital. Oop and sister decided on guardianship for mother after a social worker came in to take her OSA. Meaning that she can be held in the system rather than being released after 72 hours of psychiatric hold. Grandpa and uncles agree with Oop and sister on needing this for the mother. Grandma was too upset because the state had to get involved with the family issues and she didn't want that for her, Oop's mother. The extended families decided the mother is no longer a part of their family. Washed their hands off her years ago. The family is letting the guardianship take the lead on their mother's case. No one wants to deal with her anymore. Mother is now away from the family, meaning that Oop could finish the wedding planning without the stress. The boyfriend finally breaks up with the mother and accepted Oop's invitation to the wedding after being civil with each other when discussing the mother's situation. Oop is relieved their mother is no longer their problem now. Looking forward to the new chapter with their husband. Oop comes back as a married person now and provided an update on their mother's progress after Redditors asked about her. She's not doing well, needed a feeding tube, and refusing to speak, eat, or drink water. The doctors have advised the family on the mother's conditions after years of alcohol abuse, and if she doesn't stop drinking, she could be gone in 5 years. Might not even get a transplant if she ignores the doctor's orders due to her liver disease and needing dialysis. Oop had a great wedding. The mother's ex-boyfriend did not attend the wedding as he chose to deal with his own drinking issues. Oop wishes him well. Recently, Oop took a pregnancy test and it's positive. Has not told their families yet. Going out to their honeymoon. Oop's now husband is welcomed into the family by their brothers and stepbrothers. Stepmom took care of the mother duties at the wedding and was fabulous for Oop. Oop comes to Ida with another question on their mother's situation. Mother had a meltdown leading to her arrest and hospitalization. Sosie, Al worker steps in and take the case, tells the family they need a third party to serve as the guardian for the mother. She goes on disability and placed in a long-term psychiatric home. Got diagnosed with Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome with encephalopathy and liver disease. Only 55 years old and won't live to see 60. Unlikely to be eligible for a transplant unless she stops drinking. Oop is the eldest child, so they decided to be the main point of contact with the guardian who is overseeing their mother's case. Grandma wants to intervene and bring her home to live with her parents. Grandpa is not having it. He tells his wife that their daughter did this to herself, not the family. Only Grandma is the one who wants to visit with the conditions that one uncle takes her. She insists Oop and their sister move their mother in with them so they can care for her with Grandma's help. Oop denies because they are pregnant and doesn't need any more stress on their plate. Sister agrees she needs to put her own family, especially 2 kids, first. She doesn't want to enable their mother anymore. Family members other than Grandpa and uncles are telling Oop family and they should care for her. Oop asks if they are TA for not caring for their mother. Oop makes a note after getting the Ida verdict that they haven't revealed their pregnancy to the family yet until 2nd trimester. They love their grandma, but they are putting themselves first for their own mental health and family's safety. So denying Grandma's begging to bring their mother home with them was the right thing to do. Court date has been set for the guardianship, which Grandma still wants to object on. Update 2. Court date came. Mother is now under guardianship. Grandma wanted to object and give her mind, but was shut down by the judge who said mother is dangerous to the family. Oop and sister brought Grandma for a supervised visit with their mother. Reality hits Grandma that her daughter is not in the right mind with her health problems. Grandma understood why Oop and sister cannot care for their mother. Oop explains to their grandma what Reddit folks told them. Grandma understood the rehab staff is more trained and equipped to handle her daughter's care better. Grandma had an in-person visit with her daughter and finally saw the real person her daughter was to Oop and sister. The mother was asking Grandma if she was going home with her, breaking Grandma's heart. Grandma told her that it was the best if she stays at the rehab for a while to get the help. The family gets home from the visit. Grandma breaks down and apologized to her grandchildren for forcing them to take care of their mother. Oop and sister had to tell their grandma that it wasn't her fault for her daughter's alcoholism problems. Grandma knew Oop and sister were doing the right things as needed in order to keep their mother safe. Sets up a schedule for Grandma to visit twice a week with a family member taking her. Update 3. I'm currently 8 months pregnant. Child will be a fab. My spouse and I don't plan on assigning gender at birth and will let them decide as they get older. The pregnancy has gone relatively smoothly. I didn't do a very good job of hiding my pregnancy that first trimester, so by the time I announced I was pregnant, everyone was nonchalant. My spouse and I are planning to have one more child pretty quickly after this is born to complete our family. Ideally within the next 18 to 24 months. Baby is due middle of next month. Things have been going well since we got married. My spouse is figuring out that they may be a trans woman. I'm not surprised. I saw this coming. But both of us agreed to wait on any transitioning until we had 2 babies. 2, my family as well. I've been spending more time with my dad and his family, including my aunts, uncle, and my 93-year-old grandmother. My grandfather on my mother's side had a minor stroke. His right arm doesn't move right, he's legally blind and can no longer drive, but he can talk and walk even if it's difficult at times. After that drama with my grandpa, I've been putting a little more distance between my biomom side of the family. I got tired of the dysfunction, drama and petty fighting. I still love them and their family, but I need to focus on my family and not their dysfunction. 3, my mom is not good. Her health is rapidly deteriorating. She's been going for kidney dialysis 3x per week. In my previous post, I got a little confused. She has acute cirrhosis of the liver, and when they mentioned dialysis I thought it was liver dialysis, but nope, her kidney function is poor too. Liver dialysis isn't really a thing. But both her kidneys and liver are failing and the chances aren't looking good that she'll qualify for a transplant, as she has been diagnosed with alcohol-related dementia. Without a transplant, her life expectancy is less than 2 years. The plan is to move her into a skilled nursing facility and get her hospice care. On that front, I haven't visited in 6 months. All she really does anymore is stare out the window. She doesn't talk much or get out of bed often. She can barely walk. It was too emotionally draining and stressful to visit her, so I stopped. That may sound heartless, but once again, I need to look out for me and there's nothing I can say or do. I thought her being sickly would make me feel something for her, but I only see someone who chose to do this to themselves instead of getting help. I know that isn't fair or necessarily true of addiction, but disdain is the only emotion I can muster. My uncle in AA came to visit her, and when he saw her, he said that just strengthened his resolve to stay sober, and he saw what would happen if he didn't. It's sad and somewhat embarrassing. My mother is the poster child of why you stay sober. My sister has taken the lead in keeping up with her needs and visiting. She was always closest to my mom, so it makes sense. That's all I have.